Hi guys, welcome to Life with Gaz. Now I'm back out here on the gynn wall, the same spot I was in last week, and there's a good reason for that, because last week's session, it was good. Now if you haven't seen it, wait till the end of this video and there'll be a link at the end which takes you to it. Now I'm fishing the same style again. I've got a clip down rig to start with and a flapper rig on the other side, and then as it moves on into night time I'm going to change those rigs over. I've got some over and unders, and I maybe even use a clip up rig just to bring that bait along the bottom. Change bait from the fresh worm to some of the other baits which I've got, which include things like squid, mackerel, sand eel, and of course crab as well. But to start with, I'm going to be fishing with fresh worm, which was only dug today, so it's still wriggling and still looking lovely.
So here's the bait I bought with me today. There's that fresh worm I was on about, as well as a crab, sand eel and squid wrap, mackerel and squid wrap, and a couple of squid heads as well. So let's see what does the trick today. Now I was just checking the footage on my camera, just check everything looks alright, and I nearly missed this bite. Now to be fair, it's going to be a bit hard to miss it because that fish didn't want to let go of it. Look how long that bite was. Now this bite came well early in the session. In fact, I think this was only really my second cast, and I was pretty much straight in when it went in the water. And there he is, coming in now and being lifted over the wall. A 1 pound 2 ounce bass, and he weighed it and his length was around about 40 centimeters. This bass had taken a top hook, which is a 1/0 baited with that fresh worm, and it's got gold beads on it. For some reason the bass do seem to like these. I cast straight back out, and within about 2 minutes I got another bite and I was in again. Long retrieve on this rod means that fish was actually out at a bit more distance, and this was it, all pretty much the full extent of the distance I can cast. Unfortunately, like with all the fish in this video, this one had to be sent back to the sea off the top of the wall. That's because the wave height was so big that unfortunately I couldn't walk down them steps. When this fish got close enough and I started to lift him over the wall, I realised it's another summer cod. Now, like I said in the last video, I haven't really had many of these, but I've had 3 in the last 2 weeks. This little guy took the fresh worm again, and this time he had it on the clip down rig with a size 4/0 hook. This is the biggest one I've had this year, so I thought I'd give it a measure. It's only small, but believe it or not, this one was only 1 centimetre underneath the take-home size. I'm not sure about you guys, but I can't see much more than a fish finger coming off of this little guy. Casting out into that low red sky, I've put this one out as far as it could go. Now when I did this, I suddenly noticed at the corner of my eye, my other rod give a little bounce. So I decided to bring this one in, and I was into my next fish. Now I can feel straight away that this is a fish trying to hold the bottom. Had the little telltale vibrate of a flatfish. And there we have species number 3 lifting over the wall there, and this is my first and only plaice of the night. And this plaice was around about 30 centimetres, but only weighed in at 7 ounce. Not long after that plaice, I got another nice knock. Now this was just a single pull down and jump back up, so I left the rod still for just a bit, then he gave me a second pull down. That's when you got to strike into him. Making his way in now, again caught on fresh worm. This was my 4th species of the night. A little salt taken on a size 4 hook. Again, this is another fish which is only 1 centimetre under its legal take size. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but I'd never take a sole as small as this. After a mad 45 minutes with 4 different species caught, it then went quiet, all the way over high tide, and the weeds started straight on the back of that. Now I fished through it with no success, but once the weed had cleared, I got my last bite and my last species of the night. Again on worm, but quite happy to see 5 species in one night off of the wall. Another thing that's amazing is this actually is how dark it gets up here. This was 2 o'clock in the morning and you can still see that orange glow in the sky. Now this fish felt a little bit heavier all the way in, and the reason for that was unfortunately he got hooked through the side, so I sort of dragged him in sideways. And there's the 5th species of the night. Again, he attacked the worm, but this is a little baby tope.
Thanks for watching all the way out to the end. We've just got to the end of another enjoyable night's fishing. 5 species in one night, can't argue with that. Now if you've liked this episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button down here and check out my playlist up there and my last session down there.